This is an age of gods reborn, and of ancient battles fought anew. This is a time when the storm winds rise, and lightning drives the shadows back. This is the moment when history turns, when the mortal realms rise in hope once more, or face their final damnation.
Get on with it! Some of us has better things to do than speak fancy words.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Age of Nagash and a very happy new year to yourselves. I hope you had a great holiday season. If you're still off work, hope you continue to enjoy it and you got lots of hobby done. So in this video, it's my first video of 2022 obviously, and this is kind of my first sort of video that's about more hobby focus. This would probably just be quite a quick video, but I'm just going to be telling you guys the two armies that I have picked for the Games Workshop New Year, New Army. Now, two things there. Yes, I know that is just a fancy marketing program for them to make more money, but at the end of the day, why do I need more excuses to start more armies? And the other thing, it's the year of 2022, which means that I should be doing two new armies because that makes complete sense in my head for me wanting to buy nice shiny things on the shelf. So the two armies I've gone for, I'll reveal the second one in a moment, but as you can already see, we have gone for the Gloomspite Gits. So this is a army that I have always basically wanted to collect. I collected Orcs and Goblins as a kid, never really played with them as I didn't really understand fantasy, I was too small, but I was an army that I really liked the aesthetic of, especially the Night Goblin side of things, you know, like Trolls, Squigs, like the Spider Fang as well, and obviously the Grot, you know, they're just hilarious, Fanatics, etc. And then all the sort of the remodels they got, you know, like not all brand new models, but they got remodeled, or whatever the correct term is, you know, like the new Fanatics and the new Squig Riders and everything else, the Hoppers, the Night Squigs, it all just looks fantastic. Yeah, like the Manga Squig, awesome, right? So it's an army that I've always wanted to do, but I never really got round to it, and it's just an army that's so fun in the lore as well. Like, I definitely do like these armies. Like, I've dabbled in Skaven before because obviously they're hilarious. Flesh-Eater Courts is fantastic lore, I think, and Gloomspite Gits is one that I never really got around to in Age of Sigmar. So that is why I've gone for them. And with them and this whole New Year, New Army thing, the reason I'm doing a video on it is because I will be doing two army series. Now, the amount of content that gets made for them will be dependent on the situations that come up, but essentially I'll be doing a series on each of them, which the first one obviously Gloomspite Gits, and that's because my store is doing events to promote the New Year, New Army, so my local Games Workshop, which is this month, for example, paint a leader or a hero for your army. And then next month, by the end of February, is to have a start collecting box worth of models, or half a big box set, half of that painted one of the armies from that essentially, or something of equivalent essentially, like those Vanguard boxes coming out, I think. So with that, I have actually got the Gloomspite Gits start collecting box, and what you get from that is 3 Rockguard Troggoths. You get your 10 Cave Squigs, you get 2 Handlers obviously, and then you get the Loon Boss. And then I've gone for Zarbag's Gits, which is the Underworld's warband that is mainly focused on the Moonclan Grot bit. And then I've also gone for another Underworld warband, which is the Ripper's Snarfang. So these are the Wolf Riders, and again, apologies if it doesn't come out great on the video and stuff, but hopefully you can see these guys. Fantastic models. Like I always said, like I really like the Orcs and Goblins theme, and Wolf Riders and stuff. And on that note, it doesn't really take a genius to work out, and I have already mentioned this quite a few times in my videos, that I'm not playing like competitively anymore. So where before I'd be looking at that and going like, well, the Underworld warbands are probably not the best thing to add to the army, and the start collecting box isn't fantastic for the army if you want to go on a competitive scale. At the end of the day, I'm just playing for fun and narrative, so I think those models are really cool. I'm not going to buy models that I think look less cool because they're better in the game. I'm going to buy the models that I think look the best. So very excited to get started on that. Like I said, the end of February's painting event is going to be the Start Collecting Box, so that's what I'm going to be focusing on. And like I say, doing these the series on my armies that I've chosen for the new army, I might, if you're up for it, I could do things like trying to paint, half a Star Collecting box in a matter of hours. And what I also want to do is things like dioramas. So where it's like this month, paint up a leader for the army, I do also want to make it as if it has got a mini diorama. So let's say I do probably going to be the Loom Boss, and that's on a, guessing on top of my head, probably like a 32mm base, maybe a 40mm base. I might then also put it onto something like a 60mm base, or maybe a bit bigger, and add some stuff to its base for scenery and maybe some other models, just to really give it that character sort of feel. And again, you know, gameplay terms, it's a bit different because it has to be on the right base, but at the end of the day, I don't really care. Just want to make it look as cool as I can. And on that note, I've ordered some stuff to try and make the bases sort of stand out, I think, going forward with the new army. So I want to try and make a cool theme there, make it so it basically looks like it's in Gairan. It's a sort of like swamp, riverland, forest. And the reason why I've gone for that for the theme is because it's also the same I've done for my Cruel Boys. So I've only got this one model done for my Cruel Boys, but it means when I paint the rest of my Cruel Boys, I can all have it looking the same. And then the same I've done for my Iron Jaws in the past, which I've got a warband for Warcry. And that means that when I want to play games of Age of Sigmar, I will be happy to play mixed destructions, have that sort of Orcs and Goblin theme, just so I'm really not restricting what models I want to take at the end of the day. So it all unites. And then what that'll also mean is by the time I have gone through quite a few of these painting events now, I work a lot of weekends basically. I mainly just work the weekends, so I don't know if I'll be able to be there personally, but hopefully I'll be able to enter it like the day before, leave it there, etc. And the idea is by the time I've done enough of these things, it's really going to help towards maybe a Armies on Parade board I'll do this year for the Gloomspite kits, which is something that I've already got quite a few ideas in my head that I want to do for, so it'll be quite interesting. Like I keep looking down here because I keep looking at these squigs. Like, these are absolutely fantastic models. Something I realised just off the top of my head, that Star Collecting box where you get 10 squigs in that, they're all unique different poses. So like where I said the dire wolves when they came out, the new models, so you know they're really cool because they're all different poses. Same for the squigs as well. So fantastic there. And rather than just rambling on and on about Gloomspite kits, that's pretty much all I want to say for them now. If you guys would like to see more videos on them, like I say, I will be doing a series. Let me know what you'd like to see, like, you know, how I'm painting them, different schemes. For example, the squigs, they're all going to be different colours, you know, it'll be tasting the rainbow all day long. And then I'll be doing things like dioramas, and like I said, suiting bases for certain models. So, you know, like going to be using water effects of things definitely like river trolls and stuff, and on other bases that are a bit bigger. So all very much looking excited for it. So that's the Gloomspite kits, but what about the second army?
We have awakened to a galaxy blighted by upstart empires. The unworthy now infest our domain, but their doom is upon them. Our king has returned, and at his word, the dynasties mobilize for war. None shall stand against us. We are the eternal scythe. We are the conquerors of gods. This galaxy is ours.
So yes, the second army is going to be, of course, the Necrons, because what better way to start 40k? And I say start, I mean I've already got Imperial Knight army I'm building up as well, but what better way to re-get into 40k than with essentially the Death Army of 40k being these Necrons? And I am a massive fan of the re-release they got. I should have said re-release for Gloomspite kits. Well, re-release, that's it, not really model. I really do like these models. I don't know how well, obviously, they're coming out on the camera. I hope you can see them well. I think they're absolutely fantastic. And especially when I saw, because they came out about, well, I think about a year and a half ago now, was it? I think Indomitus, I think it was like 2019 off the top of my head. But what I really liked about the new Necrons is I was like, I'm kind of tempted because I've always liked Necrons, and then I saw that Void Dragon come out and I was like, that's definitely a model I need to own at some point during my lifetime. So I need to start building up towards it. So for the Necrons, again, it's going to be a similar situation for the Gloomspite kits, where there's going to be painting events at my store like every month, and I'm going to try and enter the Necrons as well. And now I'm not going to lie, because I always dedicate stuff to Age of Sigmar normally. I'm going to be focusing on the Gloomspite kits, and then as the priority, but if I can get the Necron stuff painted for those events, I will as well, and then try and have a Army on Parade board for the Necrons at the end of this year. So it'd be really, really cool if I could enter 2 armies for Armies on Parade, the 40k one and then the Age Sigma one. That'd be amazing, like a really, really sort of like cool hobby goal for me, and the first time I've ever done that, which would be really, really nice. So for the Necrons, what I actually do have for these guys, so I was really nicely was donated by a good friend of mine who goes on Instagram by the name of Trash Panda. He gave me basically a bunch of Necrons here, which I won't get them all out, but we've got things like half the Indomitus box, you know, the Necron half, which is amazing. I've got things like a, get the name's wrong because 40k is not my speciality, but I've got like a Catan here and all that sort of thing. We've got one of the Quazons, I believe. The thing with the death ray, whatever it's called. And then we've got things like death marks and everything. So my friend gave me a huge amount of Necrons as a way to get started, which I'm really, really happy with, and I'm over generous of what he managed to do for me there, so that was amazing. And then I have also got signed up for the Imperium magazine. So this is obviously a slow build sort of thing, but plus the Necrons I've already got, more than enough for me to be working on throughout this year with, and probably too much to be honest with you, because I remember I set up for the Imperium thing, I was chatting to my mate, and my mate asked if I was interested in them, and obviously I bit his hand off with that sort of offer, and I sort of ended up with going like, it's a slow build Necron army too. I actually have a ridiculous amount of Necrons, and I'm just going to get more and more and more coming through the post every goddamn month, which is obviously cool and very excited, and it's an army that, as you can see, the scheme I've gone for as well, so I'll just get the model up again, the sort of like, basically it's themed in the desert, and again I'm going to come up with story for my Grots and the Necrons, but just very basic right now. These are set in the desert, so that means that they're sort of like crawled up the sand, so again you might not be able to see, but they've got bits of sand and stuff on them, so it looks like they've recently crawled out, and because the reason why I went for that is because I was a bit unsure if I should make my Necrons look like they've just recently been, you know, like remade or something, even though I know that's not really how they work, but you know, like make it look all, you know, span and shining new. But I think because quite a lot of the new Necron models and how they've been re-released, they have things like hanging wires or broken arms and stuff, so you've got to kind of just lean into that theme of they are basically just crawling out of the ground. And so I've gone for the desert theme there, and then I've gone for the red and white and silver are the main 3 colours I've gone for, and the silver kind of rusty, and then for the sort of like laser bit is going to be sort of like the traditional green, so I think that works well with the red. As you can see for the basin as well, like where it's going to be desert, it's also going to be like a desert on the sort of like definitely a tomb world, so you can see the black surface there with the green lines in it. So that's what I've got for the Necrons going, and as February is also going to be, like I said, the end of February, get a start collecting box painted. Also, I said like half of one of those starter, you know, big boxes for 40k or Age Sigma. So the plan is to definitely get the Gloomspite Get one done, but also to try, you know, big emphasis on try here, to try and get the Necron one done as well. So we're going to see how that goes, but I've definitely got a lot of motivation behind it. It's just going to be how time and stuff plays out. But that's pretty much all I have to say for my New Year, New Army. I just want to make this into a bit of a video, just make it a bit fun, because this is going to be one of the big things that my hobby sort of stuff in the channel is going to focus on. And then other things I'll be doing is, if you guys would like to, and I'll do a few polls in the near future, just so I understand, because it's the best way to do it, to hear from you guys what sort of things you want to see me do hobby-wise, you know, things like how to create, you know, like you know, your first dioramas, base dioramas, that sort of thing, or how to really sort of like base models and all that to really sort of set the theme for them, or how to come up with lore for your armies, or paint schemes, or how to paint certain models, etc, etc. So all of that is to come, and if you've got any more thoughts or any more suggestions on that, please let me know that in the comments of this video, so that really helps me. And more than anything else, let me know in the comments of this video, what are the New Year, New Army that you are doing? And it doesn't have to be an army that you've like literally gone out and you've bought today to say that, you know, oh, well, it has to be brand new and everything to be a new army. I own all of these models. I own them, what, probably about this end of November, start of December last year. So it doesn't have to be, you know, bang on the date exactly at all. And of course, I mean, I got these models apart from the Imperial magazines that come through the post, it's basically Games Workshop. I all got them sort of like secondhand. So definitely not an advocate for you to go and buy from Games Workshop. As I always say, buy where you play. So if you play in a Games Workshop, definitely do buy from there, because it's just a nice way to support your local store. Same thing if it's an independent store. And if you don't play at a local store and you actually play at home a lot of the time, just buy your stuff online, you know, and save yourself a bunch of money. So yeah, with that, guys, I am going to end the video here. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down below what you're going to be working on, as I would very much like to hear that. Remember to join the Asian Nagash Discord that we've got down below, a link to in the description of this video, and that'll mean that you can share your pictures on your new army, I think, and we're definitely going to be doing a lot of progress on that in Discord. And with that, guys, thank you very much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, like I say, smash the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell notification. Massively helps. Comment down below everything that you're working on at the start of this year. What are your hobby goals? What are your plans? What are your, you know, hobby revolutions? And with that aside, guys, if you'd like to support the channel a step further, you can click the join button next to the subscribe button now to become a member here at Agent Nagash. We can give anything from just £1 a month, or you can join my Patreon, which is a link to at the top of the description down below. You can give anything from just $1 a month. Massively goes to help support my channel. As this is being recorded on my phone, this video, and I'll try and maybe find a better way of doing the recordings going forward with this whole sort of stuff. But as this is being recorded on my phone, unfortunately, I don't have the list of people who do support me right in front of me, but they all do an amazing job. Thank you so much for keeping that up. It really does mean the world to me. Hope you can keep supporting me in 2022. And more than anything else, guys, thank you very much for checking out this video today. Remember to, until next time, stay safe, stay hygienic, make sure you wear a mask if you need to, and for God's sake, wash your hands. And then also remember, until next time, that Nagash is all, and all is one in Nagash.